Alright guys, it's crappy out here. My hands are soaking wet and freezing. Sorry if this has got raindrops on it, but it's starting to snow. Rainy, but I'm at my buddy's old house here, the one I was telling you about. Looked like a storefront, got glass block windows. Anyways, this is my third dig. It's only maybe 4 inches down. Can you see that? Silver. It looks like a silver quarter. I haven't rubbed it or brushed it, but it's probably going to be a Washington, yeah. 1950. Awesome. This is what I was hoping for today. I'm going to keep going. I'll let you know if I find more. This is great. I love it. See ya. I'm at this old park here in this town. I've done along the trees all the way down there, back around. I'm coming my way back. This is a pond people fish apparently. But I was getting back to the road here. I was getting a real scratchy signal. I almost didn't dig it. You know, it was roughly 5.5 inches down. But here's a barber dime. It's really chewed up. It looks like somebody was grinding on it. I thought I hit it with the shovel at first, but I didn't. It's actually bent also. I don't even know if I can get a date off this thing. It's 18 something. Yeah, that's not from me. Somebody was grinding on that thing. I was surprised to see that come out of the hole because I think my V3i number was like 66, 64. There must be something else in the hole here with it. But the 22.5 frequency was hitting hard. It's the only reason I dug it. It wasn't a nail because I wasn't getting an offset pinpoint. So I wanted to check it out, but I'm glad I dug it. Silver to add to the collection. Get back at you. Found another Boy Scouts tie thing, clip. It's only 1.5 inches down. I don't think anybody's metal detected this park in a long time because I filled up my pouch and coins already, all clad, but there's a lot of stuff here. I'm going to be here for a few days after it snows. Yep. In Florida, I rented a boat. I'm going to go metal detecting today. So I was changing my tires and rims from my winter set to my summer set, and FedEx brought me a couple packages. They're right here. Wonder what they could be. Why don't we open them together? We'll do the small one first. from Calico. I got another Garrett. The new whites. New whites digger. Figured I'd try it out. It's not that expensive. Well, this thing's pretty heavy duty. Measures up to 6 inches right there. The handle's probably another, from here to the end of the handle's probably another 6 inches, so 12 inches maybe. I don't know, I'll measure it. This thing's much beefier than the Lesh. I like the Lesh, I have no problem with it. I just wanted to try this. Serrated on both sides. Huh. Sheath is nice. It is lined with hard plastic on the inside. All the way. Where I believe the Lesh, just the bottom portion, is hard plastic. So that should hold up for a while. Awesome. The Garrett I got, my daughter wants to get in water hunting. I have the TRX, a Garrett, the standard Garrett pinpointer. And I figured I'd pick another one of these up for my daughter or my wife. I like them. I haven't had any issues with them other than they don't pinpoint right on the tip. They pinpoint everywhere. And what else did I get here? Coil. It's a black 6x10 from Whites. The normal coil is not this color. Do you know what this fits? The end is a little different. Let's find out what it fits. My neighbors probably think I'm crazy talking to myself out here. That's alright though, they're a bit crazy anyways. Check it out. Gotta try it. This thing is light. I've been waiting to buy one of these, watching a lot of reviews. My biggest concern was recovery speed and depth. Carolina Coin Hunter pointed out the recovery speed. It's very good. Depth is also very good. She Detector, on the other hand, Calico, I believe, is letting her use this, and she's having problems with it in assault. So I'm not sure how it's going to handle an assault when I go to Florida, but we'll find out. That's kind of why I bought this for salt. It's a smaller coil. Plus, when I'm in rocks, it gets in between rocks better around here in the rivers. But I also bought the 9.5 concentric, which is not here yet. That was a second order after I ordered this. And that I think I'm mainly going to use in the salt. But I got them both. Why not? I'm going to do it all. The other thing I got with that. Ooh, they sent it. I thought it'd come in a separate box. Nice. Here's a 9.5 concentric. Completely waterproof. Both of these. I'm excited to try these out. I believe this is just a bag that they send along with the coil. I'm not even sure. I'll look at that later. And here's the factory headphones. but because I do intend on shoving my head in a drink, I picked up the waterproof headphones as well. Very light. Imagine they adjust, dude. Yeah, they cover the complete ear. Your complete ear will fit in the hole, so you don't get that sore ear after about 2 hours of hunting when it's laying on top of your earlobe. I like this. I'm going to open this box up, put it together, and I will turn this back on. Let you know. Alright, I want to point out when I'm putting this together, if you've watched videos on this machine, you'll notice when they're swinging it, it's got a squeak to it. So what I'm going to do is, if you look in this cam lock, I don't know if you can see it. See that white tab in the bottom there? When you tighten the cam lock, that's what tightens up onto this shaft right here. When you put it together, without tightening the cam lock, there's a little bit of play in here. And that little plastic Teflon plug that's going to tighten really isn't much. That's probably where the squeak's coming from. So what I'm going to do is just take some electrical tape, and right from the knobs to where the rod bumps out, I'm going to take some tape and seat that around. Just to make it a little tighter when it goes in, without relying solely on the cam lock. People said you can tighten the cam lock a lot and get that noise to go away, but I don't really care to over tighten the cam lock. So let me see if this does anything here. Too much. Tape right in the beginning. Let me try that again. No play whatsoever without even tightening the cam lock. Let's snug it up a little bit. Well, I'll be damned if it squeaks, but we'll find out. Okay, the shaft going to the coil, same thing. I'm going to put it on the second hole up because it distributes the weight better for an even balance, so your arm doesn't get as sore. But when I do this one, I'm going to put one wrap of tape right below the knobs, and then another one right at the cam lock, which is right here. Just one row of tape there. One right under the knobs. You know what, I might just do one in the middle just because. But I don't want this too tight, so that when I'm in salt water, I can take this apart if I have to. Yeah, that's too much. I don't know that it's going to work on this one. I think somebody said if you grease this too. I'm going to try and stretch this tape a little bit, and I'm going to stop it right at the where it meets. But anyway, somebody, I think on a video, somebody said you can, or maybe it was a forum, somebody said you can put grease on the shaft and it prevents that noise. Problem with grease is it collects. Yeah, that's a lot better. Now, there's no play in there whatsoever without even tightening the cam lock. Snug it up. This thing is not going to make a peep, guarantee it. I'm going to finish putting it together and I'll let you know. One more thing I want to point out, the O-rings that you put into the shaft and the C-clamp for the coil is very, very tight. When you're putting the coil on, it wants to push up or roll over that rubber. So I got a little bit of Vaseline on my finger. I'm going to put it on the rubber and on the coil flange. This Vaseline isn't going to hurt the rubber. I don't believe so. And then a little bit in here. See if that slides on better. Oh yeah, slides right on. So if you're having a problem with that, just do what I did. Use a little Vaseline. One more thing I want to point out, when it comes with these clips that snaps over the shaft to hold the wire. I like to leave about 8 inches above my coil, not wrapped around, just so the wire doesn't interfere with the coil. Not that it will, but who knows. So anyways, I use 2 down here. Underneath the battery is this arm that would rest on the ground. It's got 2 screws, 2 star-headed screws. If you just loosen one up, it would allow you to get the headphone cable through this gap. And then I use the other snap right below your forearm to hold that wire. And you can see it loops out where my hand's going to grab and into the back of the unit. That way it's not getting yanked all the time at that point or right here. So if you let go of it when you're in the water, tether this off to your belt so it doesn't float down the river. I don't know if it floats or sinks, but so yeah, just put it through there. It's hanging under your arm, not bothering you, not in your way. Use that clamp to support it. But I got to throw the batteries in here. I put on the waterproof headphones. The factory headphones, I don't know what I did with them. Hang on. They're very nice, very light, very small. These things literally weigh probably as nothing. I don't know, a couple dollar bills put together. And then it has the standard plug, but it comes, I'm sure you know this already, it comes with the adapter. Plug your headphones in, and then that plugs it in the machine. But I'll throw these in my backpack. I might use these on my V3i. The V3i wireless headphones are awesome, but in the dead of summer they get very hot. So I'm gonna throw the batteries in this thing and turn it on and get back to you. Alright, I got the machine all together. I'm just gonna fire it up here and do a recovery speed test on 3/4, if you will. Let's go over a couple things with this machine though. Coin and jewelry, well, if you're a beginner and you want to run a quieter machine so that you don't go nuts or get discouraged in the beginning, run coin and jewelry or high trash. Probably coin and jewelry would be better if you want to find gold. High trash if you don't. But it's a discrimination. Those two programs are discrimination modes, meaning you're not going to hear the trash. It's going to be a quieter running machine. I personally like hot machines. I want to hear all the trash. You have all metal, which has no discrimination whatsoever. Obviously you can notch out items if you want. And then prospecting is all metal. That's, you want to hear the black sands and everything when you're doing that. But I'm gonna run relic on this when I'm using it. When my daughter's using it, I'm probably gonna put it on coin and jewelry. But I'm gonna run relic. Relic runs both all metal and discrimination modes. So when I turn this machine on, I'm gonna go to relic and see what that offers. Just go over the ground here once and just go ahead and adjust this camera. This is in coin and jewelry. I do have a lot of EMI in my yard. So that's one spot in coin and jewelry. I'm going to turn it into relic here and see what that spot sounds like. So it's considerably louder. Relic is discriminated up to -10. Coin and jewelry discriminated up to 0, but again, you don't hear I mean, it's broken a little bit, but you don't hear the trash. It literally discriminates the sound out. Where in the same spot, if I put it in relic, it's discriminated up to -10, but you still hear those items. But now what I'm going to do is turn the iron grunt on, VCO's on, auto modulation. The modulation is the deeper the target, the quieter the sound it's going to make. It's kind of like the AT-Pro if you've ever used an AT-Pro. I'm going to turn that on. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave that off. Reject volume, that is so that you can hear the rejected targets. Right now it's off. I'm going to turn it up to 20. Tone is 2-tone. I'm going to leave it at that. Just the more you screw with a machine, the less depth you're going to get out of it. So I like to leave it as plain as possible. Hear as much garbage as you can. Threshold is at 3. I'll leave it there. Oops, I just turned it up. 2-tone. Hi. Disc, I'm going to turn up from -10 to 0. I'm going to disc that out. Light is at 3. Turn that down to 1. Frequency, salt tracks off. See, it's a lot noisier now, but I want that. So what I'm going to do here, turn this off. I'm going to lay 3/4 on the ground. And I want to see machines have what's called a recovery speed. My V3i, I can play with that with the actual recovery speed itself, but this doesn't have that option. But I think the SAT, the self-adjusting threshold, will give you that option. So I'm going to lay 3 quarters down here, roughly 1.5 inches apart from one another. Turn this on. Now it says that this does an automatic track or ground balance. But I'm going to ground balance it manually. You hold the track button and pump it. Okay, here's the quarters. So at first it was a fast sweep speed. I'm going to slow it down to my regular sweep speed. I go slow. That squeaking you're hearing is because it's close to the coil. Now I'm going to find the SAT. The SAT is on 4. I'm going to turn it down. Oops. I'm going to turn it down to 0. Turn it up to 1. And then I'm going to go up as high as it'll go, 6. So the SAT you can use as a recovery speed. The higher the SAT, probably the deeper this machine's going to go. Where am I at here? This SAT I'm putting back to 4. Turn this off. The higher the SAT, the longer the recovery speed is, meaning it's probably going to go deeper, but your separation between targets isn't going to be as good. The lower the SAT, you get better separation, but you're not going to go as deep. So anyways, I'm going to play with this machine tonight and I'll record whatever I find. I'm just going to go to a park. Talk to you later.